Well, Andrew, so given the perceptions that you have of the future, what specific actionable advice would you have for students as they position themselves to be successful as we move forward in time? And in the specific, I'm thinking about what sort of knowledge sets might they begin to expose themselves to? What skill sets might they try to attain? And then given the remote environment that we happen to find ourselves in at this moment, what sort of experiences do you think that they could actually gain that would help position them?
Yeah. Well, in terms of knowledge sets, I think, it's hard being in this moment, projecting out into the future of what the future needs. But I think knowledge sets where you're thinking about what the future of big industries are. I mean, what is the future of transportation? What is the future of the energy industry? Or what is the future of home delivery? Fill in the blank of what that is. I think all of those things present an opportunity to new graduates, recent graduates, long ago graduates, to think about where their career may go. Because as these shifts happen and the economies change and we deal with global pandemics and things like that, there's just massive chances for restructuring and change. And that also presents opportunity, as we've seen with cities opening up their doors in an unprecedented way. I think the same token, businesses will open up their doors to new workers that need that help and need those skills. I've always been incredibly impressed with Middlebury graduates' tenacity and also moral compasses. And I think that is a really exciting thing in a moment where we need that more than ever. And I think that presents an opportunity for mission-driven, purpose-driven individuals to have an impact. In terms of specifics, I think I've always been a big advocate for getting involved in a political campaign. I won't be partisan in terms of what campaign you join, but I found, and I've seen this across many other folks, or careers, that you gain an enormous amount of experience working in politics because folks need help. You often get more experience and more responsibility than your years would suggest that you deserve to get. And you have a chance to prove yourself. And so, these campaigns happen all the time. They're happening generally every 2-year cycles, sometimes more often in local level. And I just feel like there's such an opportunity for people to get involved, either in a particular political campaign or an issue campaign, get involved in their community, because I just think you get really good experience very quickly. And I think some of that can happen remotely too, which is obviously the name of the game right now in this very tricky time. The second thing I think is I would just reach out to 2 people who have careers that interest you. It'd be great if they're Middlebury grads and you have some type of affinity or connection with them. If they aren't, you can find another, connection of some sort by scouring LinkedIn, et cetera. I just think at this moment, people are willing to lend a hand. And so to receive an unsolicited email from a Middlebury grad saying that they were intrigued by their career and were hoping for a 20-minute conversation, I think you'd be surprised at how many people might be willing to say yes to that. People are commuting less, people are on phones and Zoom more, but I think people are really willing to do that. And so I just encourage you to do that research, find a career that you really are inspired by, write a brief note and reach out, because I actually think those types of connections long-term can actually really pay off.
Well, Andrew, I'm hoping that advice creates an avalanche of students reaching out to others to get their perspective. I apologize in advance if your email gets cluttered with reaching out to you.
I'll take at least 5.
That would be a good thing. But I really appreciate the point that you're making, that in times like these, it is hopeful and gratifying that many people are willing to help, more susceptible to wanting to be helpful to you. So it would be really great if students took advantage of that and actually did reach out to others and learn from them. Well, Andrew, I appreciate your time very much, and I appreciate you sharing your perspectives, your career field perspectives with the students. We've been talking today with Andrew Savage of Lime.
Thank you very much.